Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another Insecure review, y'all. Alright, so y'all, I was so confused when the episode started off. I didn't know whether it was a dream sequence or whether we were supposed to be in the future or, alternate future. I didn't know what was going on, okay? The first 30 seconds of Insecure, I was just like... They was getting it in this most romantic, loving way. It was like they never left. Basically, like they were in the living room and they're sitting on the floor on their computers and they're sharing a drink and then they're talking and watching TV, and next thing you know, he's hitting it from the back on the side of the couch. Like, it was just an ordeal of emotions, okay? And I was here for it all, okay? While they're sitting there talking, Nathan texts Issa and asks if she can help him move into his new place. So before she answers, she asks Lawrence how he feels about it. He was like, damn, I done did you like that? You asking for permission? And it's like, yeah, it looks that way. Y'all had sex in at least 2-3 different places in the first 30 seconds. So yeah, she probably is in a place in her life where she just wants to check first because she don't want to mess it up, okay? I totally understand, Issa. It seems cool. He didn't seem like he had a problem with it, you know what I'm saying? So Issa says she gonna help Nathan move. I'm like, girl, don't get caught up, because this looking like a whole love triangle, and we didn't think it was gonna go down like that. This is the whole love triangle, and we all know that Nathan is gonna lose. Like, Lawrence is going to win. We know this, okay? Like, I know some of y'all are not here for it, okay? I.e. Ashley, I love you, but girl, we gotta see this come to fruition. This is what we have been here for this entire time. They got a whole nother season. I don't want a whole nother season of single Issa. I just don't, okay? I want to see what's gonna happen in the relationship. I want to see more sex scenes. Just give me all of it, okay? But the writers, they be listening, but then they don't be listening, so who knows how it's gonna go down. Either way, I was happy to have it for the moment. So y'all, then we see Molly. Molly is in therapy, wasting her damn money, okay? Blaming everybody, it's their fault. It's their fault. No, she has to come and apologize to me. No, they did this to me. No, they were completely out of line. And the therapist is like, okay, But it sounds to me like every person that upsets you in some way, you throw them away. And it's like, do you want to be right, or do you want to have relationships with other people? Because nobody is perfect. You're not perfect. Molly, you're the most annoying character on this show, okay? And I don't understand how she doesn't have the wherewithal to notice her own shit, okay? Because you're in therapy and you must have noticed your shit when you was on that vacation with Andrew and Victor, or whatever his brother name was, okay? So I'm trying to understand why when it comes to Issa, she doesn't see her part in, the breakup of communication in their relationship. Like, she always just blames it on everybody else. And I'm glad the therapist told her, like, what's more important to you, bitch? Being right or alone? Let us know, okay? Because for me, I'm gonna tell y'all, I learned years ago to say I'm sorry. I'm not one of them people that can't say they sorry, and I mean it too. I don't say I'm sorry if I don't mean it. But I'm one of those people who's always accidentally pissing people off. Had no idea, just going about my day, say whatever I say, didn't know I made you mad. My bad, okay? I'm sorry, I apologize. For some people, that's not good enough. And for some people, they will act like it's good enough, and it's really not. And I would just love for people to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I do something to you and I apologize for it sincerely, and you say we gonna get past it, and it seems like you not past it, then just say that. But don't act like everything cool, you know what I'm saying? And I'm putting forth effort and you're not. You know what I'm saying? And that's what was going on with Issa and Molly. Child, trust me, I understand. So Issa's back at her place and she gives her brother a call. He must be at some restaurant eating something that they told him was gonna be too spicy for his ass. Okay, but seeing him trying to hold on to the heat in his mouth while having this conversation with her was hilarious. But she basically called him and asked him, should I help Nathan? I talked to Lawrence about it and he seems cool with it, but it's kind of messy for me to be back friends with him and helping him in that way. Like, what should I do? Like, am I overthinking it? And all her brother does is regurgitate whatever she says back to her, okay? It was like, you get what you pay for, bitch. I'm like, hey, you ain't never lied, okay? You want free therapy sessions, they ain't always gonna be the best, okay? So then Issa calls Molly. Okay, Issa calls Molly and she's like, hey girl. Okay, awkward, weird, of course. But it's eventually like, hey, do you want to like meet up? I have so much shit going on right now, and you're the only person that I want to talk to about it. Now, for me, if somebody had told me that, I would have been like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Because it makes me feel like you value my opinion in your life. I would not take it as, oh my God, Issa, you the same messy, selfish bitch, calling to talk about you, don't care about what's going on with nobody else. And that is the way Molly comes off to Issa. But it was kind of just like a dream. And that scared her, but she still went ahead and called and left a message. And, you know, her and Molly meet up, okay? Child, I don't know why, but it looked like the diner that Ike and Tina Turner had the cake situation in. Do y'all remember that? You know what I'm saying? Eat cake anime. Do y'all remember that? Kiss my ass. You a dead woman if you stay here. Okay, y'all remember that? Okay, so that they went to a diner and they sat down, you guys. And the entire conversation is Issa like, so, you know, how's your mom and how's your dad and what's going on with your family, what's going on with work? Like, Issa's trying to like probe to open up the lines of communication. So Molly, if you have something to say, if you are bothered by something that your best friend did, this will be the perfect time to put it on the table, okay? But she didn't. They went on and had this casual conversation, which was pleasant. But from Molly's standpoint, it was surface level. Well, bitch, it's because you didn't want to go any deeper, okay? Issa is coming from this genuine place of trying to work out their relationship and trying to get them back on track. And Molly is just like, okay, you know, I'll meet you, you know, I'm not even meeting you halfway. I'll meet you, but I'm not meeting you halfway. Like, what do you have to say to me? You know, I was blue. Yeah, I was so annoyed because even when Issa first sat down, you could see her like asking questions and Molly is like looking at the fucking menu like she never ate there before or something. I was just like, really? Y'all met up to talk, okay? Of course, Issa says, let me pay for brunch, girl. You didn't pay for me so many times. She was like, oh, okay. And this was another moment where she's trying to let you know, I am trying to work on myself. I am trying to be a better friend, okay? She even mentions that she's going to Nathan's to help him move. And if Molly wants to come, you know, hey, we're going to be there. You know, that's your old man house anyway, you know, traveling back and forth between Andrew's place where Nathan used to stay in his new place. I'm going to be there, girl. You want to come and help? You know, whatever. But it just really annoyed me the way I felt like Issa was trying and Molly was just like, girl, girl, Like, that's Molly in her mind. And that's just sad, you know, because honestly, y'all, people suck, you know, like, no disrespect, I'm a person, but people suck. And when you find people that you gel with and you click with, I think we should not throw those relationships away just because people don't always see eye to eye, don't always have, you know, good days and all of that shit, you know. But hey, if the friendship is not of value to you, then let it go. But don't string somebody along. And I feel like that's what Molly is doing. So after Molly goes home to Andrew, he gets off the phone with his brother Victor, who just so happens to be in town, and bought some tickets for them to go to a game. But Molly ain't trying to be around Victor. Victor has turned her off, and she doesn't want to be uncomfortable around his racially tone deaf ass, okay? And I'm not even mad about her not wanting to be around him at first. But ultimately, this is your man, okay? This is your man, and that's his brother, that's his family. If you want to be a part of his life, you can't keep running from, you know, meetings and situations with his brother. Like, you can't do that if you expect him to take you seriously. People want to feel like, you know, you care about them, you know, and a part of caring about them is trying, even when, you know, his brother pissed you off that one time. Like, can we at least get one more time before we like, fuck him, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like when you get into families, there's always a family member that you may not like or may not like you, but you try a little bit at first, and then you get in there good, and once you in your position, then you can just be like, get your fucking brother, get your brother. And he gonna be like, hey, come on now, you know? But you gotta get in that position first. You can't think that you're going to make him choose between his brother, his family, and his girlfriend, because that's all you are. You're not a fiance, you're not a wife. Yeah. So if I was her and I really wanted to be with Andrew, I would at least try to make it work one more time. She talks about how the meeting with Issa was superficial, and Andrew is like, well, why didn't you say how you felt? Like, why didn't you meet her halfway? And Molly, you know, just gets up and she kind of gets upset about it. And Andrew's like, look, I'm not trying to make you upset. I'm just saying, like, damn. And you see how he, you know, basically walking on eggshells whenever he's trying to tell her something about the way she acts. That eventually is gonna turn him off, if it hasn't already. Y'all, I love Issa's assistant. I haven't got her name just yet, but the fact that she had pocket warmers, hand warmers in her purse to keep waffles warm because she was on an all-carb diet because she was trying to get thick for the weekend. Like, I love you in all of that, okay? We liked her when she was putting together the block party for Issa. We was like, well, all right, girl, look at you. I like that, all right? But now it's like, oh my God. She seems like someone I'd be friends with, just saying. So when Issa gets in her car, you know, from meeting with her assistant because they're putting together another event and they just kind of locked down a few vendors, and she calls Lawrence and he tells her that the job interview he had went really, really good, and they joke about being a San Francisco treat. Okay, y'all, rice-a-roni versus hamburger helper. Let's talk about it. Okay, so my mom, like, rice-a-roni is very hard to make. I don't know if y'all know, but it's a fine line between mushy and a little too hard with rice-a-roni. It's like a perfect middle ground with rice-a-roni. I could cook I could cook shit from scratch and I still can't make rice-a-roni right. Like, okay, Lyric makes rice-a-roni better than me. My mom makes the absolute best rice-a-roni. Everybody in my family knows that my mama makes the best damn rice-a-roni. You bake chicken, cream corn, and fucking rice-a-roni. Beef or chicken, it doesn't matter, okay? Like, when my mom helped her put her furniture together because Rooms to Go decided they didn't want to help people put their furniture together in the pandemic, okay? And so we went over there to help her, and the payment was the baked chicken, the rice-a-roni, and the cream corn. Like, that was the payment. Like, understand me. I never had hamburger helper until I was in high school and I was by my girlfriend's aunt and uncle's house. And I was like, what the fuck is hamburger helper? Had never eaten it in my life because my daddy don't play that. Like, my daddy is somebody that likes to make shit like that from scratch. He's not gonna buy boxed, like, you know, hamburger helper. He's not ever gonna buy that and cook that for his family. That's just not the way he rolled, okay? Rice-a-roni was the most in a box we was ever gonna get, okay? But either way, my girlfriend at the time made that shit for me. I was like, oh my God, this shit is salty as fuck, but this is delicious. Okay, so I get both sides of it, okay? Hamburger helper is delicious, but rice-a-roni is the San Francisco treat, okay? It is what it is. You can like both. But apparently Lawrence and Issa had a little back and forth about it, okay? She tells him about how it was when she met with Molly. She thought everything went well. She feels like, you know, give it a few more weeks, and she invite her to a self-care Sunday, and boom, bow, pow, they back like they never left. I was like, child, you just don't know. That's not what she had in her head. So Issa goes over to Nathan's to help him pack up and move. And when he opened the door, he went in to hug her, and she was like, whoa, what's up, what is fun, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, buddy, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, basically trying to create this separation physically so he would know this is not on some romantic shit, this is on some platonic shit, just so you know. While they're packing things up, Nathan tells her that she inspired him and that he is going to buy the barbershop that he works in with another guy who works there, and he needs her to hurry up and get her shit together so she can, you know, send a shout out for him. And she was like, okay, but you know, my shout out's not cheap. Okay, he's flirting with her and stuff, and he was giving mad big dick energy, and I was feeling it. And then she was like, look, I feel like I need to tell you this. Me and my ex kind of got back together and we're working things out. And Nathan was like, oh, I thought you was over that, you know, because he was sometimey, you know, hopefully this time he can keep his shit together. And she was like, yeah, but at least he uses his words instead of going ghosts and dropping off the side of the planet on people, okay? And, you know, this was like a little shade to him. Don't be talking about Lawrence, okay? Don't be talking about Martin Lawrence, okay? Nathan tells her that he didn't just disappear on her, but that he found out he was bipolar and he had to go back home in order to get himself together and to come to terms with it, because he had to understand it and be comfortable with it before he could explain it to other people, which we all understand. And Issa was like, damn, you know, are you okay? Like, you know, because of course when you hear stuff like that, then you got to check yourself, you know, because at the end of the day, people have their own shit going on, but he still could have said something before he just, you know, went ahead and dropped off. But we get it, you know. She feels bad for not seeing it, but you know, how can you see something like that unless somebody tells you? And you didn't even really know him like that. You know what I'm saying? So how would you have really seen it? He tells her that he got some clarity on the type of people that he would want to have in his life, and she's one of them. And I was like, woo! You know, take some Kendrick, okay? You somebody that everybody would want to have in their life. All right, y'all seen Kendrick out there on the front lines and everything, huh? All right, brother. We appreciate you. Show sexy self. So Molly gets to Andrew's, and he says that it was very awkward for him to go to that game with his brother, and Molly wasn't there. And y'all, a part of me feels like, why was it awkward? That's your brother. Y'all should have been able to have a good time without her being there. And you know, just because your brother bought tickets does not mean that she has to be there. You know what I'm saying? But Andrew also is the type of person that seems passive aggressive, same way Molly is, okay? Just not as aggressive, but very passive with the aggression, okay? So I feel like when he told her this was letting her know, it bothers me that you are not making an effort with my brother if he's making an effort to apologize to you. You know what I'm saying? And that is the way Molly is. And it just seems as if Molly is going to ruin her own relationship with her own hangups. She was so scared that Issa was gonna mess up her relationship by asking her to send somebody's damn contact information or shooting an email that would have took 5 minutes to write, if that. You know what I'm saying? That was supposed to ruin your relationship. So you ruined your friendship with Issa because you feeling like she was gonna do that to you. And here you are doing the same shit to Andrew and his brother as you did to Issa. It's the same type of thing where you feel like somebody's wronged you, so you no longer have to make an effort. That's exactly what it is. When he expresses to her that he is not happy with her, you know, avoiding the brother and all of that, she says, I don't understand why you want to keep making me do something that's gonna make me feel uncomfortable. And I was like, because that's his family, and relationships are uncomfortable. One of the biggest things in relationships is doing things to make the other person happy, even when it isn't necessarily something you would do, okay? Like that's exactly what it is. He says that she can at least try, and that's when Nathan and Issa come in, and it's very awkward because they can tell they probably walked in on something, and Issa doesn't want to step on Molly's toes in any type of way, so it's awkward. And you know, we're saying, you know, weird little quotes, and Nathan picks the quote up. You know, it was like, oh, okay, thank you for making her feel not so awkward. Okay, because Molly and her turtleneck are standing over there like, like you didn't know she was gonna come there. And then they had all of this food, and you know, Nathan and Issa are hungry, and Issa's like, you know, I don't want to encroach, and Nathan was like, girl, I'm hungry, and he was like, yeah, I'm hungry, all right, so we gonna eat. But it was like everybody was waiting for Molly to give the okay. You know what I'm saying? Andrew looks at Molly, they're looking at Molly. Issa's like, well, you know, I don't really need to, you know, but I'm hungry, you know. So then they go ahead and they sit down and they pop some bottles open, and they had this really, really nice kind of double date thing going on. I mean, I know that wasn't what it was, but it was just nice to see them joking and to see Molly and Issa reminiscing on the times when Issa had her first apartment, and they used to play all of these fun drinking games that she would make up. And one of them was you have to guess a celebrity's height, and if you're wrong, you have to, you know, drink a shot or something like that. Nathan was like, oh shit, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? And everybody looks at Molly, and Molly's like, oh. And Issa was like, well, you know, if y'all are tired, we don't have to do it. And Molly was like, nah, I think they need to experience this. So Andrew gets up to go get some more liquor, and he turns around and looks at her, and he's like, you know, telling her good, the thumbs up for actually putting forth some type of effort by allowing them to play the game. And she texts Issa thinking she was texting Andrew saying, look, I'm trying with her. And Issa was like, ain't this about a bitch? So Issa gets up, walks out, okay? Molly follows behind her. That wasn't for you. That wasn't meant for you. She was like, no shit. Obviously, it wasn't meant for me. Molly says, but that's how I've been feeling. I've been feeling like this is so forced. Issa says that she's just trying to get them back to where they were. And Molly is like, we haven't even talked about the block party and everything that has happened. And Issa was like, I didn't know you wanted to talk about it. Let's talk about it then. Molly is like, well, it's more than just a block party. We haven't been feeling each other for months. Issa says, well, I can't be the only one trying, Molly. Okay, I can't be the only one putting forth the effort. And then Molly says, well, maybe who you are now and who I am now, maybe we just don't fit. And Issa was like, okay. And she's like, okay. And it's like, yeah, bitch, okay. What did you think she was gonna do? Get down on her knees and grovel and beg you to be her friend, Molly? Is that what you thought, bitch? Seriously? Girl, if you don't stop, okay? Because Issa has constantly been giving you an opportunity to get whatever you got on your chest off, so y'all can move forward. And all you want to do is constantly point out how she's so inadequate and so inept, and how she's such a bad friend, and you tired of trying. Like, I'm over Molly at this point, because it was like she expected Issa to kiss her ass. No. And also, what do you mean who you are now? What do you mean somebody that's trying to be a better person, somebody that's trying to get their shit together, somebody that doesn't need you? Okay? Like, because in all honesty, it almost seems like as much as you complain about Issa being a gimme girl, it was more comfortable for you when she was that, because she was your little poor sidekick. She was somebody that could make you feel better about your life because she didn't have her shit together. Okay? And now that she's getting her shit together, it what, intimidates you or makes you feel uncomfortable? Like, what the fuck do you want, Molly? That's where I'm at with it. What do you want? I just cannot, y'all. I was so disappointed. Issa just got in her little lift and went on home, and I was not mad at her. I was like, stop giving her the benefit of the doubt. Stop talking to her. Let the friendship die. Sometimes people are only supposed to be with you for a season, and that is fine. That is absolutely fine. But yeah, y'all, that was Insecure. I really enjoyed the episode. It was really good. Next week is the season finale. Child, seems as if all hell might break loose. I'm not too sure, but I can't wait. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all so much, and I'll see y'all in the next one.